Hi, my name is Debbie, and I just want to share a little of my health journey with you today, so thanks for jumping on. When I was as a small child, I did not have very good health. I had trouble with my breathing and was tired a lot. My parents just thought I was just very sickly, and so I was not pushed a lot as a small child and was pretty sedentary, didn't eat healthfully. And when I met my husband, who's a physical therapist, he realized if I was going to maintain the health that I had for my lungs, I needed to exercise. So he got me exercising, and I noticed that it helped my breathing a lot. And during that time, we also learned how to eat more healthfully, and I became vegan, ate primarily raw foods, about 80% raw, and I noticed that helped as well, but I still had trouble with my breathing, and I could still tell that I wasn't functioning at 100%. And fast forward, when I turned about 50, I also started having trouble with my heart, having issues with my heart, and I noticed that my heart would start to race, and it would have this real odd rhythm, real weird pattern. I could monitor it on my phone. It would last about 30 seconds, and then it would go away, and that happened about 3 times a week, and I kind of just got used to it. It was just what was there, and looked online. I'm not much going for doctors, and online it just said there really wasn't a lot that they would do for something like that, but you could take these supplements. So I started taking coenzyme Q and some ribose and a few different things, and it didn't really do anything, but I figured, well, if they say it's good, then I'll just keep taking it. So I did. And after a couple years, a patient shared with us a very fascinating product called Protandim. At that point in time, I told my husband I'm way too busy to even take a look at this. And I told him, I said, you go take a look at it. So he did. And he thought, well, I don't see a whole lot of validity in what was being shared at that point in time, because nobody was really sharing the science with him. But he thought it could be helpful for me. So he bought a bottle, and he came home then and started doing some research on the science behind Protandim. And he realized that this is something that would not only benefit my health, but everybody's health. And so he jumped in with sharing it with everybody. At that point, I put on my dietitian glasses and realized I'm going to have to take a look at this as well, because I wanted to know what it was. And at that point, when I started looking at the science that's behind it, I realized what a huge, huge thing this was. That this is something that was going to make a very, very big difference in many, many people's lives. So starting the product, I had absolutely no expectations other than the fact that it was going to benefit me, inside my body, and reduce the oxidative stress that was there. At that point in time, I was still having issues with my heart and issues with my lungs, and after about 3 weeks of being on the product, I started having even more issues with my heart. And at that point in time, I was a little bit nervous. So I went to my husband and I said, what's going on? He says, well, it's probably what they call a cleansing response. So I continued taking it. And the 4th week, I noticed that I was not having any episodes with my heart racing or having that crazy rhythm. And I haven't had any since in 3 years that I've been taking Protandim. So then jump forward to about a year ago, the company came out with another product. So the original Protandim was RF1 Activator, and the second product was an RF1 Activator. Again, I started looking at the science. I went, wow, this is going to be huge for everybody internally, and I had no expectations of anything that it would do for me. At that point, I had been on the product for about 2 weeks, and 2 to 3 weeks, and I was exercising because I was still keeping up my healthy diet and exercise. And on one of our sprints, because we swim 3 times a week in the ocean, and we do a pace program, and so we sprint and rest and sprint and rest. And on one of those sprints, I'd always felt like I was breathing up here in the top part of my lungs, and never really getting a full breath of air. But on one of those sprints, I took a breath and it just was bottomless. It was so different that it startled me. And it's been an amazing journey with my breathing ever since then. And I tell you, I'm on these two products, Protandim NRF1 and NRF2 for life. It's made a huge difference. I hope this is beneficial for you. And I would love to, whoever asked you to jump on this, get back with them. It's going to make a huge difference in your life and the lives of the people that you know, just as it has mine.